time that China has held an SCO summit, right? So how do you view China's contribution to the regional cooperation and China's role within the SCO?
Well, I think we expected China to play a very important role as a global power, to play a very important leadership role. And I think that's important in the sense that because of the size of China in terms of the population, the economy, diplomacy. So in that regard, I think China has to play a stabilizing force for peace, and of course to support international law, rule-based multilateral trading system. I think that's important for us. That's what we, in ASEAN, we also have been supporting. We are a strong proponent, ASEAN is a strong proponent of a rule-based multilateral trading system with WTO at its core. So we hope in that regard, ASEAN and China can work together, and what we have been doing together in the context of our comprehensive strategic partnership. Yeah, I think that is the key there.
What are your main expectations for this year's summit in terms of promoting regional peace, stability, and development?
We expect that any major outcomes from the SCO summit this year is to really make a positive contribution in terms of sending positive signals, important message for regional global peace, for regional and global stability, and we expect to promote greater predictability and certainty. I think we have seen so much of uncertainty already, and we don't want SCO to add on that layer of uncertainty, but in fact to bring to the front of greater stability, greater certainty.
Does the continuous expansion of SCO to some degree indicate the rise of the global south? And if so, what implications does this have for improving global governance?
Well, we've seen more platforms, more institutions have been set up by different interested groups. So of course, SCO has been here for some time already, have attracted a lot of interest. For ASEAN, yes, we have been there for 58 years. We have made tremendous progress, and we have attracted so much interest. So I think what's important is that all of this should be contributing to a better world, to a better, of course, better humanity, and a more peaceful world. I think is our interest. We want to see a fair share of what we see now in the world. We cannot forget that what we do is for the interest of the people. That's why ASEAN has always advocating the people-centered, people-oriented ASEAN community. We want to make sure that what we do, all the progress, all the development is bringing a better improvement in the livelihoods of our people. So I hope the same, I'm sure, also for the SCO, that through collaboration, through cooperation, we can bring greater interest to the front, but at the same time more development for the member states of SCO, and of course a stronger voice in global affairs. I think that's important, yes, in that regard.
Given that expansion, economic cooperation seems to be a natural next step, especially in these uncertain times. In your opinion, what's the potential for ASEAN to sort of strengthen economic cooperation with SCO member countries?
We've been doing this already. For us, this current development, we are consolidating our economic cooperation through strengthening of our FTA, ASEAN FTA. At the same time, we're working to upgrade our FTAs with China. Also, we are upgrading the ASEAN-China FTA to 3.0. We are working to implement the regional comprehensive economic partnership, because all of this, the more we are able to work together, the more we can benefit from this together. So I would say yes, on the one hand, we work to consolidate. On the other hand, we work to diversify. So it's important to adopt diversification strategy, meaning that we have to work with more markets, new frontiers, not just to stay where we are. But I think it's important that we have to work together, because there's still a lot of potential, say, between us and China, despite the fact that we've been working together already for so long, and we have been able to trade so much together. because we have been the number one trading partners. We want to see, that's what one of one, all we want to see as a Secretary General ASEAN, I want to see more trade between ASEAN and our partners, more investment, more tourism cooperation, more connectivity, include air connectivity, because at the end of the day, this is what will bring what we call practical cooperation together. And I think that's what we want to see. And I think this is something that we need to actively promote and maintain our level of cooperation.
Let's move into China-ASEAN cooperation. So how do you see the significance of this year in promoting China-ASEAN ties? Because it seems like a lot of big things are going on.
That's right. Between ASEAN and China this year is a very important year. Number one, we just conclude our plan of action. ASEAN-China plan action, 5 new year plan action, 2026-2030. We have a lot of areas of cooperation from A to Z, basically. Second, we will be signing at the upcoming ASEAN-China Summit in Kuala Lumpur in October this year to upgrade our FTA to 3.0. And it's very, very important in that regard. Third, we are working together to build what I call the other platforms that we can have a new synergy. Of course, besides ASEAN and SCO cooperation under China Chairmanship this year, but looking at the recently concluded ASEAN GCC China Summit, for example, which we did not have before. So, but at the same time, seeing certain areas that we have a lot of interest working together between the two sides, between ASEAN and China, and that is in the area of renewable energy. So ASEAN has now moving forward is that we want to work on the ASEAN power grid. And China has a lot of experience in terms of the mega energy projects. So I think we certainly welcome partners to work with us, but also in the areas of the digital sector, the digital economy. China is leading this, but for us, we want to move ahead in the sector. That's why we have been negotiating for the ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement, which we expected to make substantial conclusion within this year. And if we can maximize our digital economy under the DIFA framework, we're able to leverage this to about $2 trillion. So ASEAN today is the third largest trading bloc by size. At the same time, we have a market of almost 700 million people, and it's growing. So I think that's why it's so important to work together between, a 1.4 billion size China and ASEAN. In that regard, we can bring a greater economic synergy together. So I hope that this is the direction where we want to take.
Could you elaborate on your hopes for the upgrade to the FTA 3.0, and how could it ramp up trade investments between us?
We have been number one trading partners for the past 16 consecutive years. And ASEAN has been China's number one trading partner for the past 6 consecutive years. And with the upgrade coming up, we expect trade will continue to increase. We also hope the investment as well and tourism. At the same time, the digital economy, where we can work together. And that's where we can have multiplying effects for the two economies, working side by side.
How do the big shifts in global supply chains create both opportunities and challenges for ASEAN-China cooperation?
So we should never expect things to remain static. We have to constantly looking for greater opportunities, greater potentials, and greater possibilities in the way we do business together. So between ASEAN and China, we believe that there's still a lot of potentials, a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities to really take our economic cooperation to another level based on the foundation that we have set up for so many years, particularly through the FTA arrangement, through the regional comprehensive economic partnership arrangement, through, of course, the proximity between the two sides. And I believe that every sector, if they link up, they build synergy, there will be the greater special effects, meaning the multiplying effects. I would say that we stand to benefit from this growing partnership between the two sides.
How do you see the potential to boost economic cooperation between ASEAN and Greater Bay Area?
Well, I think on the one hand, we are moving away from the traditional areas that we have been cooperating. And there's many new areas now through emerging technologies, AI. Also, we will have more greater mobility between the two sides. For example, China has offered this ASEAN visa, right, for the business people. I think it's good to promote mobility But I would say, I hope that perhaps we could expand it to the tourism sector, so people can travel and learn from each other's culture, appreciate each other's culture, and that will be a big boost to the economy. So I think beside the high tech, beside the AI and emerging technology, we can do more in all other sectors as well. From food and agriculture products to all other sectors. That's where we can leverage the strengths of each other's side. So we have to work from strength to strength. That's the way we have been doing, and that's the way we should continue to pursue.